I just got back home from my first day at TFCon Los Angeles. It's the first time I've ever been to TFCon, and I had so much fun already, and there's still one more day to go. So I just want to show off and just talk about my experience at TFCon and show off what I did and all the stuff that I got, because I got a lot of stuff. Obviously this is all, since I'm filming this after day one. I'll talk about all the day one stuff today, and then I'll come back day two tomorrow, and then I'll show everybody everything. So day one, whole lot of fun. I had so much fun. Got in there, lined up. There's a huge line going all the way across the hotel to get into the convention center once it opened. But once it opened, everything moved pretty smoothly, and it was really a whole lot of fun. I got to walk through the convention center segment a few times. I walked around to all the booths, saw what everybody had to offer, dug through lots of bins to see what sort of figures I could find, and then I got to meet two of my biggest voice acting inspirations, two of my favorite voice actors of all time, that being Paul Eating, who is at TFCon because he is the voice of G1 Perceptor, but I knew him first as Grandpa Max from Ben 10. So here's me and Paul Eating, and he was so sweet. He was so genuinely nice, so much fun to talk to. He gave me some tips to help out with the voice acting stuff, sort of a path to go and websites to go to find auditions and all that stuff. So I am very, very generous to Paul for taking the time to talk to me about that sort of thing. And of course, since he is my Grandpa Max, I had to get him to autograph something, and it wasn't Transformers related, of course. It's my Ben 10 Alien Force creature or alien creation chamber, which I have had for years. My sister got it for me one year as a Christmas present, and it's one of my favorite pieces of Ben 10 merch because it's just so much fun. And I've never talked about Ben 10 on my channel before, but I absolutely adore Ben 10. It's one of my favorite cartoons of all time. So of course, had to get him right here. Paul Eating, it's hero time, right? It takes more than muscle to be a hero. That's what he said to me. It was really a whole lot of fun. It was a really special moment for me. So got an autograph and a picture from Paul Eating, which was great. After that, I hopped over into a line of another voice actor that is one of the huge inspirations of mine, who we in the Transformer community love so very much. That is, of course, David Kaye. And a lot of people's first impression or first interaction with David Kaye's voice in the Transformers universe was, of course, in Beast Wars, but mine was in Transformers Cybertron. So I have my Transformers Cybertron Complete Collection DVD that has now been signed by David Kaye right there on the Megatron face, which I am so ecstatic about. I got to tell him that he is one of my biggest inspirations, and he also chatted with me for a little bit about voice acting. So those two guys were so very nice. There was plenty of other celebrities, voice actors as well, that I wanted to interact with, but it's just lines are long. I was going shopping and stuff, and I got carried away when I got shopping. But before we get to the figures that I hauled, I did also, as a big fan of the Transformers comics, one of my favorite ones from this later phase of IDW was Transformers Galaxies, specifically that first arc with the Constructicons and Devastator. I thought it was really well done, written by Tyler Blazinski and art done by Livio Raimondelli, who's one of my favorite Transformers artists of all time. So they're both sitting next to each other. I go up, I chat to him for a little bit, and I walked away with issues 1 through 4 of Transformers Galaxies, the whole Devastator arc. Each issue now has been signed by Livio and Tyler Blazinski. I got to tell Tyler how much I liked the Devastator arc, and he was very thankful. And we got to talk about that for a little bit. And I talked to Livio about his art as well in it, how much I like it, and just it was a really nice interaction to get to chat with those two guys. Plus, while I was talking with those two guys, I ran into Mike Case, who I do like. I follow him on Twitter, I follow him here on YouTube. He's really cool, really chill, fun guy. It was nice to be able to hang out and talk with him for a minute too while I was getting my comics autographed. I did also get to run into Jobby the Hong. Shout out to Jobby, thank you for letting me take a picture with you. And talk to him about my channel for a little bit, which was a whole lot of fun. We talked just for a minute before he started getting overwhelmed by other people as well. So it was a whole lot of fun just to kind of walk around, interact with people, but then of course, the big thing of the day. I didn't really do many panels. I might go back later today because it's still mid-afternoon. I might go back later today, hit some of the ones that were later, but some of the ones that I wanted to do are later in the day. And the convention center is a nice size, but it's not like huge. It's not San Diego Comic-Con convention center size. So I can't just spend all day walking around this, same foot and go to all the shops that I've been to before. So I decided just to, take a little break, go home. Maybe I'll go back later. But I picked up a lot of stuff, and a lot of it I'm actually really, really excited about. So let's start here. Generations, Thrilling 30, Skids. Even though I have the Legacy version, I've been after this guy for a long while. He was only $10, so I went ahead and grabbed him. And he's a whole lot of fun. I actually really, really like him. Car mode, a little fun. Transformation, pretty solid as well. Robot mode as well is pretty cool. I love the IDW stylistic design, and I just have a huge soft spot for the Thrilling 30 era of Transformer figures, so it's nice to be able to add Skids into my collection. Now, this next guy that I picked up, I actually wasn't looking for per se, but I was perusing through some bins and I saw him, and I had to grab him because I've been reading a lot of the G2 old Marvel comics lately, so Straxus has been on my mind, and I saw this guy in a bin, and I could not pass up getting Generations Dark Mount, at least because we've got, G-Axis somewhere in there. He's hiding in the back, but now I at least have a Straxus that can go over there with my G-Axis until we maybe get a Legacy version of Straxus. So we'll see if a Legacy version ends up happening, but overall, right now, I'm pretty happy with this version, the Generations Dark Mount. That's what he was called, because I couldn't call him Straxus for some reason. He's a pretty solid figure. I love the way he looks in robot mode. Transformation was a little finicky at first just to figure out how everything lined up, but once I got it, I got it. And the tank mode's actually really cool too, but overall, yeah. Generations Straxus. Super, super excited to have this guy finally. Alright, the last thing that I bought was that was loose. I have some more that are in package that I'm going to show off here. You can see him. Here he is. Transformers Cybertron Supreme Class Starscream. If you've seen my channel before, you know I love Cybertron. I am a huge fan of Cybertron. It's my first Transformer show that I ever saw, and this was a figure that I definitely wanted when I was a kid and was never able to grab, but I saw him at the convention for $40. $40 for this big old lug. He's, as far as I can tell / know, he is complete except for the cyber key, and then I need to replace the batteries because his lights and sounds don't work. But at any rate, I am just super excited to finally add Supreme Class Starscream into my collection of Cybertron figures, because he's big, he's bulky, man, he's a lot of fun too. Alright, on to some things that I got that are packaged. They are all going to be opened up, but I only found them in their package, so I had to grab them this way. First up, Animated RC. So glad to finally have Animated RC. Got her for a pretty solid price, and she's on package, and I love animated packaging. I love animated figures as well. Being a Toys R Us exclusive made her a little bit harder to find. I never picked her up as a kid, so excited to finally add RC to my animated collection. I'll probably throw up a short or something of her too as well, because I think she's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, this one is really exciting, and I will probably do a full review of it as well, because it's pretty meaningful. If you see, all of my Transformer stuff that I have up here is all official first-party stuff. And while I've been interested in the third-party scene, I have never pulled the trigger on a third-party figure. Except for at the Chosen Prime booth at TFCon. I finally snagged me Steam Age Mechanic Toys at, what is it? SA01B Sergeant. So this is Hearts of Steel Bumblebee. Look at him, he's so fun, he's so cool. Tiny little guy. I will probably do a review of him on the channel just because it's pretty monumental that this is my first third-party figure ever. So we'll see if that makes me want to fall down getting more third-party figures, or if this is just the dead end zone, but we'll see. So definitely excited to crack into this guy too. The last thing I bought today on day one of TFCon was something I actually was going into the convention looking for, because this is a figure that has eluded me for so long because I never saw him in stores, but I always wanted him. Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus. So stoked to finally add this guy to the collection. I love Ultra Magnus. I think this take on him too just looks really nice. And again, when I was collecting Combiner Wars when it was out, I was in my early teens, and I just never saw him anywhere. It sucks because I wanted him really bad, and I've wanted him ever since. So I'm glad to finally be able to have Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus. I can't wait to bust him out and mess around with him because he looks so cool, and I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast. Alright, so that's it for my kind of wrap up of day one. Again, it was just, I had so much fun chatting with people while I was in line for autographs, and just going around shopping and just talking to other fans and getting to meet, like I mentioned, voice actors and other content creators that have all inspired me some way or the other. And I got a lot of stuff. And I'll come back with my update tomorrow, where I get to meet Peter Cullen tomorrow. Not sure I'm gonna do much else, so I honestly have no clue what else I'm doing tomorrow. I'm probably done buying for today or for the weekend, because I grabbed a good amount of stuff. I'm pretty happy with what I got. But tomorrow is Peter Cullen Day, and this is a moment that means a lot to me. And I cannot wait. The photo tickets were sold out, so I probably won't be able to have a photo with him to show off, but I'm gonna see what I can do, if I can just maybe snap one of him while he's signing my thing, or whatever. But I will definitely come back tomorrow and report on how incredible Peter Cullen was, and show off what I'm gonna have him sign. So for right now, that's all. I'll see you guys. Okay, we're here. We're at the end, day 2 of TFCon Los Angeles, the final day. And overall, I had so much fun. It was a great time, and today was the monumental day for me, because today was the day that I was getting to meet Peter Cullen and get his autograph. And the moment was absolutely spectacular. I mean, I waited in line probably about an hour and a half for the doors to open for us to get in there. I was pretty close up to the front. I was probably about the 10th person in line or so, and it was absolutely amazing. So before I tell the story of what happened, I'm going to show the piece. Here it is. Alright, so this is what I had Peter Cullen autograph. The Walmart exclusive DVD 2-disc, you can see up there, 2-disc set of the original Transformers 2007 live action movie. I got this when it came out when I was a kid, because this movie was the first time that I heard Peter Cullen Optimus Prime. After this movie is when I started watching G1, so this was kind of between Cybertron and this. These were my catalysts into the franchise, and this was my catalyst into Peter Cullen Optimus Prime. And it's because of this Optimus Prime and his voice in this movie that I want to become a voice actor. And anybody who knows me knows that. They ask, when I was a kid, it was, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to do voices. I want to be a voice actor. I want to be Optimus Prime. I want to blah, 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 right? So that's what I told him today. I walked up there, I had this piece with me, and, I walked up, I said, thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you, and it's an incredible honor. And he was very thankful. He said thank you back. And then I said, you are my biggest inspiration for wanting to get into voice acting. I'm sorry, I was starting to get teary while I said it, because this was such a special moment for me. Because this was an opportunity that I thought I was never going to have to meet Peter Cullen, and it is one that is now truly special in my heart. And so he also started getting teary, and he put out his fist and he said, give me one. I gave him a fist bump, and I said thank you again. And he told me, he said, well, and he's using his regular voice, but he gave it a little bit of prime in it. He said, never give up. Keep going on your dream. Make it work. You can do it. Never give up. It's so good. Everything is good, including the bad. It's all good, because you'll learn something from those. Keep it up. and he was getting me as he was saying that, and it was just incredible. It was incredible. It was overall one of the best moments of my life. To be able to have that interaction, to be able to meet him, was spectacular. But then also a quick side note too, it was really funny, was they took this, I had it out on the table, and the guy who was in front of me, he saw that I was getting this signed, and he said, "Oh, that's funny, I actually worked on that DVD," which was just a really funny coincidence on top of the special Peter Cullen moment. So that was really the highlight of my day. I didn't really do much else today besides Peter Cullen, but there is that. There was a couple other things I did. I went up and talked to David Sobolov, who's done multiple Transformers voices over the year, including Shockwave in Transformers Prime, Depth Charge in Beast Wars, Blitzwing in the Bumblebee movie, plus he's going to be some characters in Rise of the Beast, so I chatted with him for a few minutes. And I also got to chat with John Briones, who plays Alex Malto in Earthspark, but I knew him first as the engineer in Miss Saigon, because I'm an actor, I'm a theater kid, and Miss Saigon has a very special place in my family, thanks to my uncle, who is in one of the national tours of Miss Saigon. And I got to talk to John about that, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, your uncle's name sounds familiar." So that's really a lot of fun. It was great to connect with that. And even though I said I didn't think I was going to purchase anything else today because I bought a lot of stuff yesterday, I did see one thing that I couldn't pass up today. And it was Animated Jazz. Oh, he's fallen. It was Animated Jazz. Super stoked to finally be adding Animated Jazz to my collection. He is one that has just evaded me for so long, but finally got him. Very, very glad. My animated collection is rounding out very, very nicely as of late. So, tons of fun. Yeah, and I mean, so guys, overall, TFCon Los Angeles was just an absolute blast. It was my first time ever going to TFCon. I had so much fun. Meeting voice actors, meeting, all these other creators, like the comic people that I met, running into Jobby, who I posted on Reddit all these cool things that I did on day one of TFCon, and like 95% of the comments are about how I found Jobby. So thank you, Jobby, for seriously appearing after I bought my Ultra Magnus and taking a picture with me. To then, of course, my case, and it's so much fun. It was really a blast. I got a lot of pieces to add to my collection that I have been after for a while, and I can't wait for more. I didn't really attend many panels, and that might be something that I do next year. I don't know. I don't attend conventions all too often, so this was kind of one of my stepping stones into it. Maybe if I do more and engage more in the convention scene, I'll be going to more of those later. But for now, that's a wrap on TFCon. I don't know when the next TFCon Los Angeles is, but when it appears, I am definitely down because I had such a good time, and I cannot wait for next year, where hopefully my channel has grown, or next year, whenever it is, next time, where hopefully my channel has grown and I get to interact with more people there, and just, again, have an absolute blast. So that's my wrap up on TFCon, guys. Go ahead and let me know down below. Talk about TFCon with me. Were you guys there? Who went? What kind of cool stuff did you get if you went? All that kind of fun stuff below. So if you watched this all the way to the end, thanks for watching my little chit chat about TFCon. Again, it was a blast, and more reviews and rankings coming for you guys later, soon, this week, next week. There's more coming.